4 more days, 4 more days. Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes, and it is our second episode of our countdown until the Mandalorian Season 2 releases. Over the next 4 nights, I'm going to release the top 5 theories that Season 1 left with us. Some of them Season 2 will probably answer, some might wait for Season 3, however, as they appear more complex than a mere season can reveal, especially with these episodes being so short and to the point. So with that being said, let's jump right in with question number 4. Where did Baby Yoda come from in the first place? What exactly are Baby Yoda's origins? Clone, orphan, force spawn, the child legitimate or illegitimate of Yoda and Yaddle? Yoda himself reincarnated? There are a ton of theories out there, but let's take a look at the facts. Baby Yoda is 50 years old. The show made a giant glowing neon point of that by making it the red herring that made his on-screen reveal such a shock to us. We don't know if Baby Yoda is a boy or girl. We don't know if his origin is natural or artificial. However, we do know that the standard scanners used by the Bounty Hunters Guild read him as 50 years old, and they appear to be some sort of standard. So, what can we tell from this? But first, the same day that Season 2 Episode 1 airs, my Indiegogo campaign winds down for Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data. If you want to explore a universe where all the aliens are cute and prone to cuddling big scary humans, go check out my book at the link below the video. Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data. So, what we have right now is Baby Yoda, a 50-year-old toddler. This prolonged aging cycle by human standards isn't exactly normal in this universe, at least for the species that a bounty hunter like Din Djarin can expect to interact with in his day-to-day life. Din Djarin is surprised and befuddled by the idea that this little toddler is a 50-year-old being. However, the concept isn't completely unknown because IG-11 immediately offers the explanation of a species with a naturally longer childhood than a human. This idea that members of Yoda's species are naturally long-lived and therefore logically take a long time to mature by human standards is one idea and seems supported by Yoda still being a spry old busybody at the age of 900. However, there is the cold splash of reality waiting to hit us as soon as we look at where Baby Yoda was. He was trapped in a lightless cradle, swaddled in dirty rags, and we have no reason to suppose that he was kept in any better conditions for his mental health when he was in Imperial hands. Of course, there is the fact that Dr. Pershing was willing to risk his life in what he had to assume was a near futile last-ditch effort to save Baby Yoda from the threat he assumed Mando posed. But that sort of moment of courageous effort is no guarantee that Dr. Pershing had the moral fortitude to make sure Baby Yoda got the needed love every day under the glare of stormtroopers that a toddler would need to mature mentally and physically. So yeah, under Imperial care, Baby Yoda's health was not guaranteed mentally or physically. What does this have to do with Baby Yoda's age? Well, for the vast majority of sapient and even merely sentient creatures, failure to receive the necessary love, affection, and touch during these critical baby and toddler years leads not only to retardation, but even to regression. That is, it won't just prevent a child from developing naturally, it will stop whatever development they've had and take them back to an earlier stage. There are unfortunately all too many examples from human orphanages of children acting and looking much younger than their age when forced into cramped conditions. Now, Dr. Pershing did say that Baby Yoda was healthy, but we have no idea what he was comparing Baby Yoda's current state to. Baby Yoda might have been far more active and advanced before he was shoved into that capsule cradle, and Pershing might have just been saying that Baby Yoda was no worse than when he first came into the good doctor's care. It is reasonable to assume that Baby Yoda was somewhere else in the 50 years of his life spent off camera. If we are looking at a child who has been held back or even regressed since he was captured by the Imperials, or whoever had him before this, it might well explain his force ability. You see, 50 years before this time would have been right around the time of the prequels, or just before them, notably right around the time when Anakin Skywalker was born, so when the Jedi Order was at its height, before Palpatine was in full power when he was still scheming in the shadows, and several years before the cloning effort on Kamino had begun in earnest. So, there is every chance that Baby Yoda was born to whatever a normal, healthy family looks like for his species, or hatched or budded. You get the idea. The point is that he might have been decades in a healthy learning environment, watching his parents or whatever parent analog he had, learning the ways of the Force before he was captured and imprisoned. That would explain his Force ability, given that Baby Yoda has the ability to form emotional bonds, that he seems to use the Force deliberately, not just by instinct, and that he is older than the Empire itself. I think that this is the most likely scenario, that Baby Yoda was snatched away from a loving family situation. Baby Yoda, born to a loving family and raised in a Force-rich ways of Yoda's people before being kidnapped and held in conditions that made him regress both physically and mentally, leaving him in the state that Mando finds him in. Now, I'm not sure of this. He might have been a clone. Kuiil only said that he didn't look deliberately genetically engineered after all. But that is my 2 cents for what it's worth. 4 more days till season 2, my friends. So, what do you think, my wonderful viewers? Leave a like if you agree, and leave a comment blasting my question like a whistling bird if you have a theory of your own. Go check out Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data, a book of human absurdity, fun science fiction for when you run out of Mandalorian episodes to watch. Peace out, my wonderful viewers. And that is our dose of daily weirdness for today. If you found that you like what you heard, wander on over to Indiegogo and purchase a copy of Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data. The link is below. If you don't want to purchase the book or find you can't at the moment, share this around if you think it's worth sharing. Hit up Facebook, Tumblr, whoever, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next chapter.